Stepri holds dissemination workshop to enhance farmers' digital capacity. Ghana's recognition of science, technology and innovation (STI) as fundamental drivers of socio-economic transformation is not in doubt. STI systems in Ghana must be strengthened to support poverty reduction and achieve sustainable development goals in the country. As part of the process, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Science and Technology Policy Research Institute organized a dissemination workshop to enhance farmers' digital capacity in Ghana. Tailored to Ghana's national circumstances, needs and developments of the framework has been inclusive with engagement and discussions with the farmers. According to the Director for Science, Technology and Policy Research Institute, Mrs. Wihomina Kwe, the training is timely for farmers in fostering the digital education, most especially in the era of climate change, to enhance the productivity for Ghana and beyond.
To help them assess market information, to help them assess extension information, weather information, especially in this era of climate change. We need the farmers to be linked up to the knowledge holders so that together we can have an enhanced productivity for Ghana and for Africa. It is a Ghana project, but it also contributes to a bigger project on the continent, enhancing the uptake of digital technologies by our farmers. And a special emphasis is made on women farmers as well as our youth and also the vulnerable. So it makes it very, very inclusive. It helps us to reach the last mile farmer, very remote farmer with technologies. And this, I think, is a laudable program. And so there are options for variety of languages, and so we expect that our farmers will key in and access information in their local language. So all the results, we do translation into the various languages, especially the very key ones, so that our farmers will be able to understand these extension information, as well as services to do with financial access, market access, and also the climate change information that we are all concerned about. From our research finding is that more and more farmers are able to access improved technologies through the digital, because you are also very much aware the kind of mobile phones our farmers are using. And so we are into a situation where we would support our farmers to acquire the appropriate mobile phones and apps that will help them be able to access some of these technologies in the agriculture sector. And we are very much interested in the supply chains, because a lot of the inputs, we can cite examples of technologies that have been turned out by ISOCO in terms of getting farmers to know what is happening in the extension system. We have a lot of agri-tech organizations, both public and private. And I know for a fact that the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is also very keen in the technologies, and also supporting our farmers to be able to access information. It is much cheaper than having face-to-face with the farmers. When you use the apps, when you use the digital technology means, you reach out to a lot more farmers. So the issue of affordability is what we need to also tackle. In as much as we tackle the supply side issues, where knowledgeable people in the agricultural value chains will be able to avail themselves to offer services to our farmers.
The Deputy Director for CSIR and Principal Investigator on the Dissemination Project calls for more investment in the area of technology in order to ease farmers' access to technology in all ICT centers.
Technologies and services. In the study, we looked at the barriers affecting the use, the factors that are enabling farmers to use all the digital technologies and services. And then we also try to look at the recommendations. We propose some recommendations as to how we can best enhance farmers' activities. So technologies that are ICT enabled, meaning that they are enabled by information, communication, and technologies, what we call the ICTs. using mobile phone, using internet, computer, and so on and so forth. So these are a whole lot of technologies that are helping farmers to do various things. Maybe sometimes we even get information about the best way to maybe protect a particular crop, extension information. We have service providers that are providing services using these technologies. So for example, some use mobile phone where they provide text messages or voice recorded messages to the farmers. Whether if it is even going to rain, they will give them weather information that it will rain tomorrow. So that as a farmer, you prepare if it is going to rain tomorrow. So they use all kinds of devices, but we realize that mobile phone is the one that is mostly used by most farmers. Even though we have others like GPS, we have drones, and all that are being used, but these ones are mostly used by large-scale farmers. So we adopted a strategy where instead of going to the communities to locate the farmers one by one, we brought them to a location, to one spot where we interviewed them, we interacted with them and all that. So we had a very smooth interaction with the farmers, and we have collected a lot of information from them. They have several challenges. I think one of the main challenges is the lack of technical or digital skills to do a lot of things with these technologies. And because of also illiteracy, not too high, but not all the farmers are literate who can even read and know how to use some of these devices. That is also a challenge. And then we also realize that some of the information, extension information and all that are on websites. So you should be able to know how to use a website, for example, to be able to get the information. And some are also transmitted in English language, and that is also a challenge, even though most of the service providers are also using the local language as well. And another challenge is the high cost of even acquiring the devices. Mobile phones are expensive, GPS and all these are expensive, drones, how many farmers can afford. So the devices are expensive, and also the cost of using the devices. If it is internet, high cost of data is a challenge. So you should be able to get money to even buy data all the time. All these are challenges that the farmers are facing. Health policy, luckily there is already a draft e-agriculture policy that is waiting to be finalized and also be taken to cabinet for approval. So we are hoping that some of the recommendations that are coming out of this research will find their way into this policy before it is finalized for approval. And one of the things we are recommending is that we need to increase investment in all this ICT sector. So investments in internet, in ensuring that we have very good internet networks, investments also in training, providing the digital skills that are lacking. We need to do all these things, and also the infrastructure. If we can have local production of some of these devices, perhaps they may be cheaper than getting them imported, and then the high cost is too much for the farmers to bear. Yeah, one of the things we also looked at in this study is look at the impact of these digital technologies on farmers who are using them. There's reduction in transaction costs, because if you are using you have to use mobile money to pay, for example, then you don't have to travel somewhere to buy goods. You can just use your phone to order and they deliver them to you. So that transaction cost of wasting time, the time you have to spend traveling, the cost of traveling and all that are all reduced. It also enables them to network very well, even among the farmers themselves. If you are looking for information, you can easily call a fellow farmer for the information. It also enables them to network also well with extension officers. So extension officers now do not necessarily have to travel to farmers' farms to provide extension services. You can just do it via the phone or some even have WhatsApp groups that they use to exchange information. So the impact is good. They are saying that it is helping them, and I believe that if we are able to improve the access, farmers' access to this technology, it will help.
That's something you need a smartphone to operate. Then you should know already that majority of our farmers are still using basic phones. And inputs when you did you use the inputs when you harvested, how many you harvested and all that.
Thank you for watching Nation One TV. Kindly subscribe for more news updates.